Every time you transition out of the back post, the backboard, playing patient, etc., every time you do that, your goal is the midfield line. That is step one. Well, really, step one is the positioning and the patience to get the setup. Once we get more setups, then the goal is to just get the ball to the midfield line. Then the goal is mechanical diversification. And then the goal is getting it to offense and creating offense. Because the definition, like, so you're a control player. I fully believe so. You haven't corrected me. What makes a control player super, super good, like takes an average control player, makes them really good, it's their ability to control the ball, aka control the situation, get a team out of defense, and create offense. So you're saving the day, and you're creating offense. And then what makes those players the best is if you could score on the counterattack. So we're going to look at IC3, who's been submitting for a little bit, still on their first subscription. So first couple weeks, it's been kind of figuring out play style. I do think that IC3 is a natural born controller player, meaning not controller, but ball control, like very, very controlled via the types of mechanics they go for in champ. Not a lot of people in champion are controlling the ball. So I always like to build in the play style. This is an RSC match. RSC is a league, and we'll see what's going on. This will be like champ 1, champ 2, champ 3, champ 2 maybe. Just IC3 has good mechanics. I mean, that's the simplest way to think about it. Good air. It's really air roll. IC3 has good air roll control for champ. Nice try. All good. As I'm hyping up their mechanics, we side flip, but that's all good. And they like to play the ball, but they're not a big ball chaser, but they want to play the ball. That's good play. Let's see if we control this. We're going to have to deal with the first man. Close. That's the second kind of awkward challenge on the goal line, but purely an observation. Nice try. Now your team looks a lot cleaner. No, this is a different team, I believe. Your team, based on that first replay you submitted me, there's a lot more structure with this team. A lot more space, a lot more respect for solo play. Your team's pretty much been on offense the entire time. I'm getting a loss of impact vibe, which we just came out of a review that I'm kind of anchoring on. But we side flipped here. We got caught off with a dive challenge 50 here. And I think that's been 2 times that we go to control up here, and then we either lose control, get dunked, or throw the ball away. So it's not necessarily goal line defense, but it's like the transition off the goal line where we could be adding impact. This also builds into play style since I think you're very controlled. But it's just this kind of workflow. You're doing the back post. You have the boost. You're icing out the play. We get the roller, but then it stops there. I'm not saying you need to score. It's just the smoothness of getting out of defense. So that's where my head's at initially. And just to show you the other couple plays really quick. Right here, like having a hard time dealing with this first man. This would be like just a little baby pop, right? Like you're just jumping your car once to get the ball on the wall high enough so it beats the first man, but soft enough that you could follow it up. And it's, being able to deal with that aggressive first man diver. The other play we just got kind of cut off right here. Dealing with the first man challenger. We side flip, but that is dealing with the first man diver. So maybe what it is we're struggling to transition out of the goal line, but specifically when there's a first man attacking us, right? Like this first man is following their touch. So it's like being able to effectively beat this player, but keep it close enough to do something. Because I promise you, you have the mechs for it. I think it's more of like the awareness and the ice to kind of beat that player. Try to game. You just did a 6-month sub in advance? A tier 1 for 6 months? I don't even know if you've ever spoken in chat before. You've never spoken in chat before. Thank you. I'm going to keep it going with this review because I have less than 10 gigabytes on my computer to record for YouTube, but thank you. I mean, welcome to the community. Thank you for the lurk. You do not have to chat in my Twitch streams. We have a lot of lurkers, workers, and lurkers. So, I still don't know what I want to do with this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm anchoring on playstyle. Like your car control, your air roll control is really good for the rank, and I want more open space. I feel like you should be air dribbling and resetting more. Kind of went down a goal line thing just because we were struggling. I mean, offense is fine. It's more of that transition. I think what I'm looking for is this. Transition now. Thank you, Light. Thank you guys for the subs. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for 3 months of Prime. Primes don't renew. I'm looking for transition ball control. Because we're cutting on offense, we're following up shots on offense, we're shooting, right? Like, I think offense is good. Okay, it's not really where we're losing impact. Like, your game sense to fake right there. This, like, okay, that can always be better, 100%. But like, my issue with this replay that I'm still trying to figure out is you could be doing that, no joke. It's not always air dribble, it's not always reset, it's not always a hit up the wall, a back post save into transition air dribble. Like, they're all gonna look different, but it's this, dude. Like, you're so leveraged with mechanics and low champ. I don't care about the execution of the mechanics. I just want to see more of them. So I'm still thinking about why. Like, why we're not doing it. I don't know. Because I feel like we're positioned properly. Pace. That's a good shot. I mean, we'll take it. We'll get scored on right there. Our teammate would have been the savior, which is fine if that player iced out the 50 or if this player did something, but you're respecting your teammate, and that was a good shot, so we'll give him kudos. I think you played that fine. That's fine. So I don't good job from teammate. I don't care about, I don't want to go down offense. I've said it. We're making some mistakes that bug me, but I want to kind of build on the good. I mean, this is tough. I almost want you to play patient, but the negatives of playing patient is you get clipped on, which, like, you know, you and your team got scored on. Decent goal for this rank. Same thing, your teammate scored a pretty decent double touch. But if you could, like, blindly trust me that people are not good, I low-key feel like we could play more patient goal line, more patient backboard, having a mentality that this player's going to lose ball control, overcommit, and then you get your open space. So that, like, instead of pre-jumping this to shut down, and I know this is tough because they just scored a double, so, I mean, it makes sense to go for this. But for more individual training focus, like playing more fakes, playing more backboard, playing more patient goal line. Because, like, my goal for you is I want more time on the ball to be mechanical, but specifically out of defense. And there's no way for you to be mechanical for, like, pre-jumps or challenges, but you should shut down the opponents. But also in, like, low champ 2, I still don't know exactly what rank this is. In Grand Champ, I'll just say in Grand Champ, I'll go to the upper end. In Grand Champ, it may feel like this player's going to double touch, reset, air dribble, do something crazy, but I promise you, everyone throws the ball away. I think we could play more patient. Patient goal line, patient backboard. And I think that will help set up. I think that'll help set up the control. Because cuts don't really work into your playstyle on defense, or demos. They don't really work into your playstyle. You're a behind the ball player. That's why you're so controlled. And to, like, build on that on defense, it's playing behind the ball on the goal line. Like, literally basic back post defense. Not that you need to learn the back post, but that the back post sets up the side ball transition, sets up air dribble transitions, backboard sets up double touch, or it's control this way, or it's fake to the ground control. Tons of options, right? But overall, just a little bit more patient positioning. Try to find, like, an icing on the cake example. Because, like overall, if you want to go crazy, you need to go for the ball less. In that, don't feel like you need to jump or force or 50. Like, your playstyle will be elevated if you position patiently and fake challenge more. And if you want to be aggressive and force, it's a drive challenge where you're just not jumping, you're just driving through. The less you jump, the less you challenge, the less you pre-jump, the more boost and the more brain power you have to control the ball, which is what I want for you. So, like, we'll play patient right now. And then that is... Right? That's fine. But, like, that's what we want, right? We want this. Where it's not the mechanics. We want more setups that look like this. So that you can experiment with a fake to the ground into boost control into a quick pop, right, over this player. Or that's air dribble double or air dribble pinch or air dribble 50 this player. I want the setups, but what it is, promise you, it's the patience. I know you're not playing incredibly patient right now, but you're not pre-jumping this. You're not attacking it. You have a little bit more of a patient approach. Now we get our air dribble, whatever we want to do. That's what I want to create more. On a more fundamental gameplay element level, it's back post, it's backboard, right? Those are the positions. On more of a mental level, it's just trusting that players throw the ball away and playing a little bit more patient. And on a mechanical level, it's air dribbles, doubles, and resets. Where, I mean, you could fake to the ground. I know you want boost. Air dribble, sidewall pinch, air dribble, double. Let's say we don't do that. It's fake. Free flip, air dribble to transition. And all I would focus is not scoring. It's every time you transition out of the back post, the backboard, playing patient, etc. Every time you do that, your goal is the midfield line. That is step one. Well, really, step one is the positioning and the patience to get the setup. Once we get more setups, then the goal is to just get the ball to the midfield line. Then the goal is mechanical diversification. And then the goal is getting it to offense and creating offense. Because the definition, like, so you're a control player. I fully believe so. You haven't corrected me. What makes a control player super, super good, like takes an average control player, makes them really good, it's their ability to control the ball, aka control the situation, get a team out of defense, and create offense. So you're saving the day, and you're creating offense, and then what makes those players the best is if you could score on the counterattack. I hope that makes sense, man. I want to get more moments that look like this. Air dribbles, resets, doubles, backboard, back post, patient mentality. That's like kind of the focus. And just overall on the field, don't feel like you have to challenge or force everything. You're not really a forcer. I don't think so. Please correct me. You're definitely a shooter. You take good shots on that. It's a good cut. Yeah, I want to specifically focus defense. I could kind of rant on some offensive stuff, but I think if you like improve your defensive game sense, it'll actually translate to offense. It's a good ball fake. Right? You're a controller, dude. Very good. Let's get that on defense. Solid, dude. Solid. Kind of like if you're a grinder, short-term focus, submit a replay next week, and if I could see 5 attempts and maybe 1 midfield transition, I would deem that a success. But I hope that helped.